Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This session focuses on what is social media. I hope and expect by the end of this session, you would be able to define what is social media and how it is significant in the sociolinguistic context. Well, my dear students, at the outset, if I define social media, it can be said that websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking are called social media. Different researchers, linguists, and people have given different definitions from different perspectives when it comes to social media. For example, Gittleman and Pingree 2003 give a temporal approach towards social media, and according to them, the term is referred to, to point out media in transition. When they say media in transition, actually this is a period of time during which a medium is emergent, and thus a sort of contrast and a sort of competition is created between this particular medium and, the previously existing media. Manovich 2002 has defined new media as cultural objects. Now, my dear students, this idea of cultural objects is of crucial importance because, when we say cultural objects, it means this, new media, it encompasses all, not only the linguistic and communication activities, but also it encompasses all the social and cultural aspects of these activities. And according to Manovich, this uses digital computer technology for distribution and exhibition of these cultural objects. Well, social media are computer-mediated technologies that facilitate the creation and built-in social media services that are currently available in different societies. As far as the definition, the very definition itself is concerned, I have already shared a few perspectives on that, and I hope through this you can understand that it's not very simple to define the term social media. There are certain challenges related to it. So, in order to determine what would fall under the category of social media and what would not fall under the category, it would be a good idea to determine it through, authenticating certain features that are related to social media. So some common features of social media include the following. The first one is social media are interactive web 2.0 internet-based applications. Secondly, these are based on user-generated content such as texts, posts, or comments. The third important feature of social media is that digital photos or videos and data generated through all online interactions is the main source of information on this kind of media. Fourthly, users create service-specific profiles for the website or app that are designed and maintained by the social media organization. So, from one website to the other, from the use of one app to the other, the contents are both linguistically and sociolinguistically, even beyond language. They are designed according to the particular frameworks and according to the particular requirements of those websites or apps. Social media facilitate the development of online social networks. Now, again, my dear students, this online social networks is a significant concept when it comes to sociolinguistics. I hope you already know what are social networks. In sociolinguistics, when we talk of the idea of social networks, they are actually the processes through which different members of a speech community, they interact and connect with each other. And, in the traditional sense, there are two types of these social networks. The networks that are dense networks and the loose networks. The dense networks are those where members are very closely interneted and, they are constantly in contact with each other or interact with each other on constant basis. Loosely constructed social networks are those networks in which people contact with each other. However, the structure is loose. Members keep on coming in and going out, and the frequency of interaction of, for example, A with B and B with C, or A with C would vary. Now, keeping this idea of traditional concept of social networks in sociolinguistics, when we think of online social networks, these new media or these social media, they provide a very, very significant social aspect through these online social networks, because the idea of speech community itself changes. For example, the speakers of English all across the world who are communicating in these social media networks using English language, how would they be included or how would they be excluded from these online social networks on the basis of English language as a marker of the speech community? So these kind of issues emerge. Another important aspect of these kind of social media availabilities are that users' access to social media services via web-based technologies on desktops, computers, and laptops are possible, or download services are available that offer social media functionality to the mobile services as well. And if you look around in almost in every community of the world today, there are global trends of all the time being virtually connected and thus being members of this social network through mobiles. Well, my dear students, when engaging with these services, users can create highly interactive platforms through which individuals, communities, and organizations can share, they can co-create, they can shape, and they can reshape, they can discuss and modify different kinds of user-generated contents or pre-made contents that are posted there. So, one of the significant aspects of social media is its, interactive nature. If we compare it with the traditional media, only, it would be one-way communication, I would say, where, for example, the listeners would sit passively and listen to radio, or the viewers would watch television and thus only listen and watch, but would not be able to give immediate feedback on that, or won't be in a position to be, directly interacting on one-to-one basis. Whereas social media in the modern times provides these chances. So these media introduce substantial and pervasive changes to communication between businesses, organizations, and communities, as well as individuals. So, the whole social network, the whole social setup of operating for business and government, official, and, player purposes. So, not only there is a huge impact of this interactivity on the individuals, but also on the organizations. Social media differs from the paper media in various ways, and one of the major ways how it differs is in terms of the quality of reach, the frequency of reach, and the interactivity. The spread of social media is so immense that it outreaches, I would say, to different people and to different to different kinds of communities in almost no time. Another aspect that makes it different from the traditional media, that is the traditional electronic media and the print media, is the difference in its usability, its immediacy, and its permanence. Whatever is once provided on it would stay here forever, means for longer times, as compared to, for example, the traditional electronic media. As far as usability is concerned, again, the compass of this usability is far broader as compared to any other traditional medium. And when it comes to immediacy, it is just a single click away. Social media outlets operate in a dialogic transmission system, many sources to many receivers. There are possibilities of connecting to one or a number of or many receivers at a time. So in this way, this is in contrast to traditional media, which operates under a monologic transmission model. When it comes to popular social media website, I'm sure you know a lot about them. Just to quickly share a few, I would say Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Viber, WeChat, Weibo, WhatsApp, Wikia, Snapchat, Facebook, and YouTube are all those social media websites that are popularly used by people all across the globe. Now that I hope you have some idea of what exactly social media is and how it can be differentiated from traditional media, be it the electronic or the traditional print media, I hope this understanding would lead you towards understanding of its significance in the sociolinguistic perspective of communities and globally as well.